Here is my husband's kind of work area, so to speak. This is all stuff I've put on, but I'm really thinking I could probably clean this shelf off. We'll see. And then there's more stuff up here, which we're honestly kind of over this, so we'd like to consolidate it to here. And then he, you know, power tools and such. So here we are with bells on, and we're just going to get at it shelf by shelf to see what we can get rid of, consolidate, organize, and all the things so that it's more usable.
Sounds good.
Okay. What's in there?
This is empty.
It's empty, an empty box.
So we
All
just
right.
need to.
I'll put it with empty boxes for now. We can always bring it back. Yeah.
We have a level.
Yep, we'll be keeping
Which
that.
I'll put it back somewhere.
Oh, that plastic roll in the back. This is like one of those office ones you put under, oh, that's heavy, under a chair. But honestly, once you roll it up, it's really hard to get it flat again. We're just going to get rid of it.
Alright, that seems to be clear. That was the easy shelf. Alright, so these things we do still use, although this is just the tape. Save the tape.
We don't need to keep the tape.
I'm going to keep tape. It's useful for other things. Not just the
This is, okay, is it worth, if we were to move, is it worth packing in a box? And do you want to have to clean it then or no?
Just hold on to it for the minute.
For the minute. Well, at the very least, let's move it because we're not going to keep tape right there.
Screwdriver should go in the box. This is a water pump. This is a sump pump.
We had to think of like categories.
Well, these are going to go with the plumbing. Which
So he has,
particular container.
is this plumbing?
Yeah.
And then electrical is to the left.
Organize these maybe at a different point. Now
Now this is wrapping paper, so this would go up in my office.
this is unused foam sealant, and I'm definitely going to keep.
For me, the hardest part of this area is categorizing.
Right, this is from air conditioner.
But we have the air conditioners are in,
Right.
and we're not using that.
We have a place that we can use this.
Where?
Right over there.
For?
See the plastic on the window?
Oh,
and we
for the
use
plastic
it on
on
the
the
door for the
window.
winter.
Okay.
When we seal in the winter, you can use them for that.
All right, let's put it over by where we would use it.
Okay. This is to sharpen knives. It belonged to my father-in-law.
Do you use that for sharpening knives?
Yeah, I used it to clean up the one that was left out before. I'll just.
Yeah, I do want to keep. I want to put shelves upstairs. No, tedious, said the teacher. Instead of vanity, get it?
Haven't you ever thought that it would be so much easier to get rid of everything and start over?
This should go with, this is glue traps, so I'm going to put this with the outdoor stuff, even though it's indoor stuff. It makes sense.
This is for sharpening ice skates.
We should put it with ice skates then.
Yep.
I'm going to be the runner.
No, I'm gonna run. This is a can of bolts and stuff, and we were talking about going through things. But like, this is what I was talking about of those other containers up here that I need to go through and get rid of the stuff that I'm not gonna
This must have been for my runner,
Yes.
which I do want another kitchen runner, but I'll put it with the household stuff in the next shelf over.
Before you hear this next conversation, let me just tell you that I do not donate things that are broken, but sometimes when you're decluttering, you lose your mind and you have to get it back before you leave for
All right, we
Goodwill.
need to talk about this camera. We've had this camera for 30 years. You've had it for longer. It doesn't work. We don't have any way to fix it. Because we also
Goodwill
still have
store
my
or whatever,
Canon
right?
AE1. Oh, we're going to, yeah, and
We were gonna
somebody
take
rescued it.
It just happened to be in the car because we were supposed to take it, and then you remember how they weren't taking anything for a long time? It just ended up back in the house because it couldn't stay in the back of the truck, that's all.
It's time to start a box.
This, I think, is supposed to be what was a warranty fix. They sent us this to fix these.
The company that sent us this, and is that why it was always crooked?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that sent us that. Sent us a little repair kit, which was nice of them.
So
We're
safer construction.
Since we have decluttered more, we're kind of over this. We believe that everything now can fit on these two shelves because we have done enough decluttering. And I know I could declutter this shelf so that stuff could be here if we can't fit it all.
We can send these to a Goodwill place, right?
Is this exterior paint? So let's go into Goodwill?
These.
Somebody, okay, what is it?
They're for bicycles.
Oh,
They're pegs, bicycle pegs, to do tricks and stuff.
okay. All right. Umbrellas do
I
not
think we
need
can
to
throw
be
these
there.
out.
Yep. Leo loves to chew things. Look at that.
This was for the grill. You can
Oh.
see it didn't
Oh my.
really work out. Well, it disappeared.
What's this?
Those were from when I made the hitch for the bicycle.
Oh.
They're from the crutch.
Okay.
We don't need them.
Oh, and then this. Oh, this is a nativity I bought and then I couldn't find. Now I know why I can't find it. So this will go with my Christmas stuff.
This, by the way, I'm going to put it aside, but this is for if you lose power due to a storm, something like that. This hooks to the battery of your car while your car's running, and it'll provide 1,500 watts of power to your house, which very easy to use, very easy to start up and everything else. It also has USB ports and stuff, so this was a great deal. That was not expensive, so we keep it here, and then if we have a storm, I can just go out and set it on the car, easy enough, and we get electricity back in the house. So you use your car as a generator instead of buying a generator.
You're going to see me take any moment I can to dust and clean because I don't want my basement just decluttered. I also want it clean.
Well, these are the door handles that were in the, not that, but those are the handles that were in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, so we don't need that.
Unless you want to replace
that
one.
one should keep.
That goes in the electric stuff. Yep.
Right. Here. Another electric. Wow. I bet I bought that for a run.
I mean, this is all replacement hardware, so it's one of those things like if somebody...
Here's my issue with replacement hardware. Is
Yeah.
like where to put it that you would ever remember where it is. You know?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, that's why I think organizing this helps, because then you'd say, okay,
We gotta label
here's
stuff.
nuts and bolts, here's
Right.
kitchen stuff. Whatever.
All right, I'll keep it for the minute.
This is all related to paint, because we've been
So paint
doing
is
different
on the
painting.
far left.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of straps here, by the way. They
Right.
use
Is
these with the kayaks. When
All
they
right,
strapped them to his
So
car.
I feel like that should go by the door with all our other outdoor stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. This is more related to the caulking stuff, but we usually put it up here. So these, I think we were going to put legs on something, or wheels. Anyway, it's the hardware to put wheels on casters. It needs to go in those plastic things on the other side. So this has a bunch of stuff for the paint gun. So this is the paint gun box that we have. We've had this for 20 years at least. These are all pieces that go in there.
Does it go in there?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I have decluttered a part of my basement where it was just every little piece was something wasn't where it belonged. What are we going to do with it? So many decisions, and man, the fatigue set in quick.
All right.
So next, I wanted to figure out what do you want to have on these shelves, like with what you use the most being the most accessible.
When I do stuff outside, we use those tools, which I probably put those on the top shelf just because they're big and awkward. They don't really like fit.
All right,
into
so let's do
something,
that
so we
first.
can
I always
do
find if you like start with what you know. But wait a second, let's deal with this.
I-
What's
I
this
can-
stuff?
That's for when we lose electricity. That's the homemade fan that I have.
Okay. Can I
my
put it with the
Homemade
winter
fan.
homemade fan in case you lose it during hot weather? Is that why?
Yeah, I just put it.
All
at
right.
the
Why don't I
desk.
put it with the storm candles?
Sure, that's a good idea.
So we should have like a storm section.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be with your tools.
All right, it's the light at the end of that little annoying little bits and bob tunnel where we get to set up the shelves.
What's that? Give me that.
These are
That's
my
trash.
carpets. So we
That's
don't
such a
need them.
small-
This is another $0 declutter and organize. And I do find most times you don't need to spend money to declutter and organize. Obviously, at some point, I bought the shelf that you see him putting things on. That was about $50 at either Lowe's or Home Depot. And I know you can also get those on Amazon. And it has been super helpful to have them to just put all the way around the basement.
So we
I
don't
think
need
you can
this.
donate that.
You use it with a broken handle?
Yeah. Yes.
There have definitely been times when I have thought about getting my husband the expensive big tool cabinet that he can put all of his things in, but he does not love doing work around the house, and hopefully in our next home he won't have to be doing that at all except for minor repairs, so there's really no need to spend the money.
Hold on.
You don't need a leather tool.
Well, we've used it before, like with belts and stuff, for the,
Oh.
if you're going to punch a hole in something. Typically you use it to make shoes or
I get it.
you
Yeah.
know, some of
Cool.
our friends make things. I'll
I mean,
set it there for
we
a
could
moment.
get a new belt.
My husband's decluttering muscles have gotten so much stronger over this process, and he really is on the same page with me. But you notice the things that he tends to want to hold on to are things for frugal living. For example, if you have a belt and the belt is now too big, rather than go out and spend the money on a new belt, he thinks, I'm just going to poke a hole in my old belt and then it will fit me. Whereas I think, let's just go buy another
We'll be
belt.
vacuuming up the rest of this. Dump that out.
I do want to thank each of you for spending your time with us, because I can promise you, without you on the other side of the screen, we would not be doing this right now. We really did not want to. We have procrastinated it. We said we were going to do tools. We literally did every other thing, from outdoor items all the way around the basement until we got to this, and we just couldn't procrastinate it any longer. But I just kept saying, we have to do it. I literally promised that this would be a series on my channel, and now we have no choice, so we need to just do it.
The other thing we were thinking about is getting rid of these spray paints. And what I'm thinking is, if I could get rid of these spray paints, then we could move this shelf over more so it's not so up on top of the stairs. I never used spray paint. It was flat too, which I think this was actually for the, I might just keep this one. This was for the bulkhead.
Yes.
So black flat, flat, and then everything else will go.
Except for the clear.
Clear.
It's clear. That's Rust-Oleum, so you should keep that. That's different.
No,
That's
I don't want to find a bunch of stuff I
That's
should
not a
keep.
paint. Well, we've been through this before, so you're gonna find a few things.
Leak seal.
Yeah,
flexible
you
rubber
need
coating.
that. Most of these will go. That is for shoes, right?
No.
Yes, that's what it is.
Trim adhesive.
That should be kept.
Confession time, I edited out myself being very aggravated at this moment because I want to get rid of all of it and buy what we need when we need it. And I know that's not really frugal, but it's just so hard.
I was gonna do like make things look like sea glass. I never did it. So sad. Fantasy Karen had so many great ideas. The real Karen, you know, the person I want to be, spraying whatever that is. Gap filler.
Yes, that's insulating foam sealant. We already have some of that. So
Since we had to keep some of these, I decided to move the hanger to the other side of the shelf, and then I could still push that shelf over so that it gave extra space beside the stairs. One of you had mentioned that the shelves didn't need to be crowning the stairs, and I agree.
What are we doing with this? Are you going through it, or are you just putting it on the shelf?
These are all those nuts and bolts and screws that have kind of become famous on my channel, and we decided to put them on the shelf and deal with them another day.
Look at us. Are we cute? Day 2, and we're back in the basement, obviously, the decor. And I have this, we're going to be taking this stuff to Goodwill because I do want to complete the cycle. And we're going to be out near there because it's like 35 minutes one way. It's kind of a long drive, honestly, to just go there for Goodwill. Stop. So annoying. Anyway, we want to take the stuff to Goodwill. We got stuff that is trash that needs to go up. We need to bring it upstairs, which honestly means he needs to bring it upstairs and put it in the car. And then I thought I would put this up on a table so we could declutter it. I wasn't filming! Oh, dang it. Okay. I don't even know what I said. Anyways,
we're going to vacuum
Goodwill,
down here.
and then vacuum.
Yeah.
And he found the wand that I didn't have in my last one. People were asking because I didn't know it was metal. So when I saw it, I didn't think that was what it was.
It wasn't hiding.
I know, but I didn't know what it looked like. Speaking of not hiding, I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye. Leo's like, I gotta keep track of these people.
Here's some old license plates.
Oh, that's trash. Let's go faster.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like, so certification, keep or get rid of.
That, and we can get rid of that. You can get rid of this. This is to basically plug your
Old frame,
phone
get rid of that.
into a speaker. These are family videos.
Right.
You can see the keepsakes. We're gonna hold on to those.
Aww. This is from back in the day with my first 2 kids. We had given that to him to keep at his desk at work. So I'm going to put this with photos.
Yeah, this is a document I was given for work. I'm going to keep it for the moment. A lot of the stuff in here is from work. This I do need to keep. This is a professional certification.
Are we getting rid of this?
That. Yes, you can get rid of that. Yeah.
Like you start grill, how to, that you can get online.
These are other certificates that I was
So we need to find out, what we could do is like, maybe we should take these
I do need...
out of frames and just put it in the file cabinet upstairs.
Yeah.
If we just drop it in this is already a hanging one.
Yeah.
I can just add it upstairs.
This box ended up being a mixture of photos and all of my husband's work papers from when he moved his office home.
My son started playing hockey in the kitchen at 9 months old. This is my second born.
By the way, that was the same son that you might have seen. I helped him declutter his closet before he moved away. That was such a sweet video, and I love to look back on it. He's always had a huge personality. He was born with tons of energy. He's always that kid that kept me guessing. I never got bored, and when he was real little, I just was trying to keep him from killing himself. Oh my goodness, he's such an active little boy with such a big mind.
What was this used for?
I'm donating this. I had painted it. I don't think I did the greatest job, but somebody with more talents than me might choose to go ahead and see if they can paint it. Remember, if those of you who've been here for a while, I was going to make a gallery wall, and I couldn't decide if I should keep these or not, and so it was like, well, if you haven't made a gallery wall in a certain amount of months, then get rid of them. So I'm donating these because obviously I never made a gallery wall. Oh, that makes me sad. But I know I'm not going to do it, so. Fantasy Karen, she's getting kicked out of the house. Pictures.
Look at that. There's some more pictures of the young.
See, I knew that wasn't just your stuff in there.
Hey! That's my mom and dad.
Hey!
Very
cool. We should probably put that in a frame.
Yeah.
Here's
I
one.
would agree. Yeah. It even fits.
It fits in the frame, so we'll keep one frame.
That.
Oh yeah, this is me in second grade.
And this is your parents.
Oh, let's keep that.
Years
let
ago.
me grab a frame. Here's a frame right here. I think that's
Years
the
ago, I
last
picture.
played
on a Little League All-Star team. Way back.
Way back.
Way
You are old. Where are you? Right here, right? Right there.
Is that you?
Is that
she
you?
doesn't. I'm
right there.
I'm so changed. She has no clue who I am.
Little all-star.
You're funny.
I am funny. I feel like this. Well, obviously,
All right, so I got this
photos, but here we are on our wedding day. There's me and my cat. The only cat I ever had as a kid. Snooky.
So this is the photo that came with the frame.
Yeah.
This is the photo that was in the frame. Yeah.
This when his wife thinks she's funny. But back in the day, that's like a financial risk when you take these crazy pictures of your husband because you got to pay to have that developed. But we should, maybe that's why I kept this one.
You know, you should do this in your house just to remember things.
Yeah.
Right?
So I feel like I'll probably end up taking the photos out of the frame and decluttering the frames.
And that is exactly what we did, and boy, do I need to declutter photos.
All right, so the rest are all
Frames,
pictures.
soccer,
So
yes.
we'll
Everything
put
else
these-
is photos.
let's
Well,
put
there's a
these-
frame. Hold
right.
on a minute.
Oh, this was when I had my second child. This was my focal point on the wall of the hospital. I hung it there so I could look at it while I was in labor.
This is my mother and father. They get married, I believe it was 1961, 62, somewhere around there. It's a really good photo. Oh, I know. We need to get the photos out.
It's a dead frog.
Yeah, we probably dissected it.
No, I never dissected anything that small. There was a dead little toad in there.
I'm going to put the photos here on this side so we can go through them and put them in the photo part, okay?
On day one of this video, we were really down in the mouth. I mean, neither one of us really wanted to declutter the tools, but we knew that we needed to do it. But it really gave us the encouragement that we needed to tackle this box. I've had this box on the floor, my goodness, ever since we decluttered the filing cabinet and decided not to be using that particular filing cabinet, that we didn't need all of those papers, although we do still have some that my husband has for just study and research. We've kept that. But getting those tools decluttered really gave us the motivation to continue on. It just was so encouraging to be able to fit it all on 2 shelves. Now we can get rid of that overhead thing that, to be honest, never felt safe to me, because sometimes I might have children, not very often, but once in a while, I might have children down here playing, and I really would like a safe spot for whoever happens to be in the basement.
This is trash, definitely full. These are all the donated frames. This is for donation, just all miscellaneous. This is a science kit, it's for donation. This stuff needs to get thrown out. And then this stuff, we gotta figure out if any of this can either be donated or we're just gonna be throwing things out. Today is gonna be that day where we figure those things out, get them in the car, and get rid of them.
Before we look at the stuff that is kind of semi-buried, we decided that we would go ahead and get all of the things brought upstairs and put in the car that are going to Goodwill, and get all of the garbage bagged up, and then we would actually be able to see what we had back there, which is actually stuff I think we had talked about before and had just never gotten around to it, and then I forgot what we wanted to do with it. So we needed to just have that conversation all over again.
Don't hurt yourself. I'll bring this one up.
I'm happy to report we have already gone to Goodwill and gotten rid of all of the things we decided to donate. And then after we get this stuff out, you're going to see me, here I am, getting all that stuff laid out. That's the stuff I had forgotten what we were supposed to do with, and we needed to talk about again.
So look, oh my goodness. He condensed his power tools so I could vacuum, but oh my goodness, it just changes this whole area. Right? It's so much better. And then this over here, all of this stuff you see, everything, you know, all the way up to here, going. This is stuff that's all going, recycle, dump, the hazardous waste kind of place. And now I'm going to vacuum up. So this is good because the more and more we clear out, the more easy it would be for me to kind of keep it clean down here. This stuff over here, I'm for now keeping. That is the containers for the pantry. So I got to decide what I'm doing with my pantry. This was decor that came down in my office that needs to go back up.
One of the harsh realities that is motivating me to keep things clean in this basement is I am taking away a habitat. You know, my exterminator friend says that everybody has mice in their house, they just don't always see them. But I do think ever since we put the cats down here, they sleep down here at night, we haven't seen mice upstairs, and I haven't seen any dead mice down here. I only saw that poor dead toad. That was disgusting. But anyway, I feel good about getting everything dusted and vacuumed. I feel like I'm taking away the habitat. You know, the less that you have in these spaces, the less anything can hide in.
How is that for a difference? Of course, trash. Cat area that I need to clean up, but it looks so much better. This has very little in front of it, but I do need to deal with this. And this looks so much better.
Goodbye.
We did it. I love you. God loves you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.